Okay, so yesterday we were discussing about some type of filters, and we have discussed about date filters and all, and we also discussed about data source, context filters, dimension filters, and all. So we have missed a few of the filters like user filters and dimension filters, and we'll discuss about that. So let's see. I'm just connecting to sample superset data. So in this, I'm connecting to customer name and sales data. Okay, so earlier we have seen the options that are available for dimension. So these are basically the dimension filters. So in any dimension filter, you will see general, wildcard, condition, top, all these things. So this will be common across all the dimensions. And let's take a measure right now. Put it in sales filter. And here you can select based on sum, average, median, all the type of aggregation functions that are there. So let's click on this. And here you can specify and from which range to which range you want to see. So it shows the minimum value in the data and the maximum value in the data. So based on that, you can range it out and say apply. So within that range, whichever value is there, it will come up. Let's say I want to see values above 10,000, or you can just manually enter 10,000. Above 10,000, I want to see the customer values. So you can just directly put the sum of sales. So yeah, so this thing, user filter is nothing but user filter or show filter, both are same. So you right click on this, click on show filter. That means that filter will be accessible to the user as well. So yeah, even user can drag like this. So we can give access to both the upper range and the lower range. And we can restrict the users to not to select. So he can only be selecting the starting values. So we can restrict the user like that. So they can't change the upper limit. They can only change the lower limit. So in the same way, we can do it for the utmost. So they can only change the higher limit. So this depends on the requirement. Based on the requirement, we can change it. So that is about measure filter. And we also have action filters and dependent quick filters. So what do we call as a dependent quick filters? So let's say if I take any dimension filter, say okay, and I'll take an example of any product category. So these are two dimensions. So any dimensions that you take, so all these filters are dependent on each other. Uh, yeah. So earlier we have seen the context filter example where we have seen the difference between, let's drag and put it here. So whenever you double click on geolocation, you will get the map. So if you want to see tabular, you just need to drag it and put it there. Okay, so yesterday we have seen the example of top 5. So I'll just create that. So click on this and select top 5 based on sum of sales, say okay. I'll put the sales also and region also. So if I put normal filters and all, so all these are dependent on each other. Let's say if I select east, I mean, if I unselect west and east, so that means first the top 5 filter is applied. On top of that, region filter is applied, and then you are able to see this thing. But if you want to make region as an independent filter, then you need to make it as context. So then you can see in each region, you can see top 5. So when you select east also, you will be able to see top 5 based on those two regions. So basically normal filters, not, yeah. So basically dimension filters or other traditional filters are dependent filters. Only the context filter is a independent filter. So that's how we can make use of dependent and independent filters. So now in the next session, we are going to see what are filter actions and what are table calculation filters. So that we are going to see in detail in the session 11. So I'm just closing this Tableau session 10. Yeah. So in this session, we are going to know about more about action filters and action filters, how we can apply it in Tableau, and how we can make Tableau an interactive dashboard using action filters, and what is the order of operation of the filters. So if you want to know that, so yeah, in, so this is the old PPT that I have created. So now we also have parameter action, and we also have set actions. Okay, so earlier we have only filter actions and highlight action, go to URL action, and go to sheet action. Okay, so whenever we prepare any data or prepare any visualization, so just look at the data and understand the data first of all. So we need to see what is available. So basically, this is the superstore data where we will have the information of products and who bought it, who is the customer who bought it, and who is the manufacturer of that particular product, and when that order has been made and where it got made, like exact address of that particular product where it was sold. So you can see the postal code, region, order ID, segment. Segment means that which category that it belongs to, and when it was shipped. So basically, we need to understand that this is a superstore data, and you will have all the product information, and you will have the ship date and when is the purchase date and all. So, so what kind of visualizations we can make with this particular chart? So let's make some different charts, and I'll show you how to use these filters, action filters and all. Okay, so in yesterday's session, we just have seen normal filters where you get the column values. Let's say city has these many cities in it, and you need to manually click on that particular sheet, and you can filter or you can select top five or bottom five. Those kind of things you can do by selecting each and every uh, name or something like that. But in case of action filters, you just need to click on the worksheet itself. You don't need to go to separate filter and do that. So instead of that, you can do on the sheet. So I will show you how do we do that. So now let's create state wise sales. Okay, and I will color the each and every state with a different color. So each and every state is in a different color, and the size of the circle represents the value of the sales. So this is a spatial chart. Okay, now that I have created a spatial chart, now I will create a do not chart. For do not chart, what I need a column which has not more than 6 values. So I'll take region and I'll take profit for the sake of discussion, and I'll just select pie chart, and I'll make it entire view, sum of 0. Yeah, so do a dual axis and make one as a blank Okay, and make it as white. I want to see it more bigger, so I'll make it bigger. So this way I will make one pie chart, and here I want to show region and value as labels. So put the region label, okay, and sales value, sorry, profit also I want to show on the label. So just put profit also on the label. So you need to check. So there are, so whatever you put in all, so that will be applicable to two axes. So whatever you put in this one, that will be for pie chart, and this one is for the circle, the empty circle which is there here. So I don't want to show anything for this circle. So I'm not putting any values in that. I'm just putting values only in the pie chart. So yeah, and you need to design in such a way that there are no zero lines here. So to remove zero lines, go to format, click on lines and remove zero lines. Okay, you don't see any zero lines. So this is a donut chart. And now that we have created a donut chart, let's create a tabular chart where I want to know product information. Yeah, we can remove. Just click on show header. That will remove. Not only in this one, you can remove in the line axis and all those things also like bar chart. So just right click on that and unclick the show header. Yeah. So now I'll show product name and which category it belongs to and which subcategory it belongs to, and also the sales value. Okay, so these things I will keep it in the dashboard. So now that I have created a view, now I will keep it in. So I'll increase the weight, increase the height. Okay. Okay, now I will keep okay, sheet name I will name it as tabular chart or cross table. Okay, so yeah, so I'll keep spatial chart here and I'll select the title, interactive dashboard. Okay, and donut chart, I'll keep it here. I'll keep like this. Uh, make it uh, make it little bit small so that it fits there. Okay, so yeah, I want to see this entire view. So you see this, and this is in standard mode. So it is fitting based on the available space here. But I want to see as we have the space. So I want to make it as entire view. Sorry, fit with. Okay, so that I can adjust accordingly. So this manual arrangement that we need to do for once to make it look good. Okay, so that we can see all the values. So in this data that we have product name, category, subcategory. Okay, now we will see how we can apply action filters and all. So So let's just design it properly. So I want to keep the borders. I want to keep the borders for this as well. So I just select the border as this one and select some gray color. Here also select some gray color. So this design depends on how you want to design. It is up to you. Like so there are lot many options we have in design. So we can design however we want to. There is one sample and one basic Tableau dashboard that I have created now. Okay, so now let's apply action filters. As we run dashboard, go to dashboard, click on actions, action filter. So this is filter action. I can put all to all. So interactive in the sense, if I click on one sheet, so that sheet should talk with the other sheets. So that sheet should interact with the other worksheets as well. So these are my source sheets. So on these sheets, I will click on, and the respondents of these sheets are these target sheets. So how I want it to be respond by one click. So you need if you want click, so if you want to click and then you want to respond, then click on select. When you hover, so you don't need to click on anything. You just hover. You put your cursor over there. Based on that, that filter will get applied. Menu is, it will show you the menu. So let's start with select first. Why? Because we use mostly this only. So I want all sheets to interact with all sheets. So I'm putting source sheets as all the three sheets that I have created, cross table, donut chat, and spatial chat. And my target sheets also, cross table, donut chat, and spatial chat. Okay, so all fields, I want to filter on all fields, so that you should select all fields. I'll tell you about this. So keep filtered values. So clearing the selections. So even when you, so I'll tell you about keep filter selection, how it will work. So let's try. Say okay. Okay, so now I want to filter on United States. So let's say you remember these numbers. You have $110,000 for West and 61,000 $600 for Canon image. So if you click on this, United States filter will get applied to these two sheets. So just click on this. Yeah. So United States is in the West region. So that's why you are able to see only West. And these numbers are also got changed. So you can go into that worksheet and you can see in filters, country got added. Country got added and it selected United States. So by default, so that got added. So that state got selected. So what happens when you unselect this? Even if you unselect this, you are seeing the filtered values only. So that is the option that we have ticked on. So I'll just show you. Okay. So clearing the selection. So when you unselect that particular thing also, you're saying keep filtered values. So California is filtered. So by the click, we have filtered on California. So what do you do like when you clear the selection? So we have given an option to show filtered values only. So that's why you are able to see still the California value. When you say show all values, I will show you what happens. So now I will select a different state, Washington. Okay, Washington is also on the west region and numbers also below got changed. So to see that, let's put state also so that it will be quite visible for you. Okay, now I have put state also. Okay, now I have kept state also. So whenever I selected Washington, you can able to see Washington, and here also Washington got selected. So when you unselect, what happens? It will show all values. So when you unselect, it is showing you all values. Let's say now you select New York. So New York got selected. This is in East region, and you can see New York everywhere. So this is how you can interact with the other sheets. So now let's click on this donut chart. So when you click on central, okay, only central values are getting shown, and those are filtered, and you can't see other bubbles. Here also you can see only central related information. So I'll just drag and drop region also. Okay, yeah. So when you select central, you in the entire worksheet, you can see only the central. So when you click on west, okay, you can see only the west region. So this way, each and every sheet can interact with uh, other worksheets. So likewise. Okay, not only that, you can click on this as well. So let's say here I want to filter on technology. Okay, technology is filtered across all these two dashboards. So to see whether you have correctly filtered or not, you can go into worksheet and double click on this. You can see that technology is selected. So there are so many combinations which is showing. Okay, so it filtered on all these combinations. So Canon image, Central, Indiana. So it will record all the information. So if you can see, it showed us everything. This Canon, if you type, yeah. So this combination it got selected. Okay, Canon image class, Central, Indiana, copiers. So this combination it will select and it will show you the value accordingly. And you don't want this entire combination to be selected, then there is also one option. You can keep only the columns that you want to be selected. So you can specify the fields. I just want category to be selected. Okay. So for sake of discussion, I will remove these two. Just simply on spatial chart. Okay, say okay. Okay. So these values have to be there in this thing. So you need to keep category in the detail. And for donut chart also, you need to put category in detail. So then only you can filter on. We click on this and select this. Sample superstore category is the target. Okay, so okay, when you click, so cross table is not selected earlier. Say okay, say okay, and click on technology. Okay, so technology is filtered in all the worksheets. So you can see that. So by clicking only, by clicking or by touching the worksheets, so each and every worksheet can interact with the other sheet. So that way we can make use of action filters. So now we will see highlight action, dashboard actions. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we will also see this explode all values thing. Okay, say okay. And when you click on any of the circle, you will be able to filter on the whatever selection that we made. So Washington I have selected. I am able to see Washington data in donut chat and in cross table as well. So when I unselect, what happens? So it will remove everything, like it will make other sheets blank. So depends on the requirement, we will use this option. So mostly we will keep show all values. So exclude all or keep filtered values, we'll use it depending on our requirement. Say okay, okay. And dashboard actions. So now let's see this hover and menu option. So let's click on hover, say okay, say okay. So you don't need to click on any of the circle or any of the pie chart or donut chart. You just hover on that. So it will just keep on filtering the keep on filtering on wherever you hover, like this. So I'm not clicking on the worksheet, so it is just showing you by hovering itself. And now let's see menu and say okay. Okay. So menu is when you click on that, you will get a menu, and if you select that action filter, then only it will get applied. So you'll get a menu and click on that filter, then only it will apply. So that is about menu and action filters. And now let's talk about uh, highlight action. So highlight action will only highlight based on the selection. So it will not filter anything. It will just highlight the things. So select west. So west is getting highlighted. So wherever there is west, it got highlighted. Dashboard, actions, highlight. In the same way, south is also getting highlighted. Now let's select United States. Yeah. So in the same way, whatever is New York, that is getting highlighted. And as we don't have states information in this donut chart, that's why it is not showing you highlight. It is not highlighting anything. In the same way, west is not present here. West or central region, that column itself is not present there. So that's why it is not highlighting anything. So that's about highlight action. In the same way, say these options will be common. So hover, select menu, and setting up the specific field values and all. So these are common. Okay, okay. Now let's try go to URL. So we can specify some URL and it will go to that particular URL, or it can go to the Tableau server URL as well. So I'll just copy Wikipedia. Wikipedia. So I'm just copy pasting this information here. So I'll remove India at the end and insert, let's say, state column. Sample superstore state. And I just want to apply it on a spatial chart and click on select. So these three options are similar across all the dashboards, across all the action types. Hover, select menu, say okay, say okay. So, so whenever I click on this or click on any of the circle, so it will take me to an URL, which will check for that particular name, New York. So I have clicked on New York and it is searching for Wikipedia. And if you click on Missouri, In Wikipedia, it will go and it will check for Missouri. So this option will work in real time. We will use that option for, let's say you have a Jira number and you want to see what is the update of that particular Jira number. So you might have a list of Jiras like 1001, 1002, 1003, 1005. So these are your pending Jiras. And you can provide this URL link. And when you click on 1001, so you can specify the Jira link in the go to URL option. So here you can specify your URL. So at the end, instead of this state, you can insert your Jira ID. So it will go search in the URL and it will search for your Jira ID. So in that way, we can make use of interactive dashboards in real time. So I'll just take a pause here so that if you guys have any questions, you can ask. Mhm, mhm. Yeah, sample superstore data. You want to put date at the end? Okay. See, I mean, I have given this example to show you how that URL works. See, in Wikipedia, if you search for some moment or something, like how it like if you want to know about India, so at the end this will change. This will be common for everything. Okay. So go to URL, you can't have date here, right? So if you so you can't use date at all. So it depends. You might use in your organization, but in the general URLs like this, you can't use date part. Yeah. Mostly it will be Jira IDs or employee ID you will search for, or some city names, state names. Mostly it will be like that. Yeah. Okay. 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 So that's how we can make use of. So these are three main important. So go to URL, action filter, and highlight action. Highlight action also mostly we don't use it. Action filter is the mostly used one. Like say you select this and you see the data is filtered. Hmm. Let me remove the other actions. Okay. Okay, so you see the data is filtered. So if you want to, in general, if you want to filter, you might need to end up keeping a filter like this, state filter. Okay, you need to select from all this list. You need to go to the Alabama and you select that. But in case of here, you just need to go to the Alabama or Colorado, or you want to select some random place, Massachusetts, like this. You can just directly click on that and you can filter on this. So that user, so when you compare to filters, user experience will be more good with this interactive thing. So here also we can do. So just select Alabama. So you can see Alabama. So this is quite like manual thing as we are selecting manually. But here also we are selecting manually, but it looks good like when you select you are clicking on the worksheet and something is getting responded. So that's the importance of action filters. So now let's see. So there are other action filters which are available. So these two are the new action filters. I mean, in actions, we have these two more got added, which is change parameter and change set values. So now let's see how this impacts. Okay. So create a parameter, region parameter I'll create. Okay. And I'll create, so region is a string, so I'll create a region string. I want east, west, central, and what is that? East, west, central, and east, west, and south. Edit, south. And say okay. So this is how I created a parameter. Just show this parameter. So here I can see the parameter. Okay, so now I will show that same parameter over here, region parameter. And with this parameter, I'll up, so before doing that, I will just remove the existing action so that there is no confusion. So I'm removing that, and I'm applying same action filter here. Create region equal to region parameter. Okay, region selection. Okay, parameter, I want to, by selection of parameter, I want to control this worksheet. Region selection. Select true. So you are able to see west region as we have selected west. So if you select east, it will show you east. So what is the calculation that I have written is, so if you remember in our previous sessions, I have told you which if it is in orange color, so this is the field that is coming from the data source. If it is in purple color, that is a parameter. So I'm matching the region that is coming from the data source, which is equals to parameter. So so whenever I select this parameter, if it is east, so then true, I said. So whenever that condition satisfies, then only you will be able to see those related information. So now let's see how we can control this parameter using actions. So whenever you say actions, that means you click on any of the worksheet. Based on that, other sheets, other parameters, other sets will get interacted. So now let's see. So now this is showing you west region. I'll apply create a action, change parameter action. So I will apply only on do not chart. Why? Because in do not chart only I have regions, and target parameter select as region parameter. So that is the region parameter. So do not chart is my source. So wherever you click, that will be your source. And wherever that is the other sheets or the parameters or sets which are getting responded for those actions that you're doing. So those are your targets. So keep current value, say okay. Yeah, say okay, okay. So if I select, so you see west here. So if I select central, okay. So based on the region column, which is from the sample superstore, say okay. There is no aggregation. Keep current value, okay. Say okay. Yeah. So now that I have selected central here, so based on that, this parameter got changed and select west. So based on this, west parameter got changed. Based on this parameter, this below worksheet also got changed. Why? Because we have written this calculation where it says region column equal to region parameter. So if I'm clicking on this east, parameters get selected as East, and based on this, I can see East region also. So this way we can change the parameter, and that parameter can be linked to any worksheet. So basically the functionality of parameter is to pass the values. Parameter to pass the values in calculation, in in worksheets. So this way we can make use of parameters. So that is about parameters, and then now we'll see. Okay, now we will see about sets. So let's create a set. Let's create a set for top 5 products. So let's right click on this product name and create set. I want to see top 5 set based on sum of sales. Product name, top 10 set. And say okay. And use it top 10 set. Okay. So we have selected only top 5, I guess. So let's click on this, say edit set. Okay, we have selected only top 5. Okay. So let's just show this set over here. Click on this, go to filters, product name top 10 set. Yeah. So now let's click on actions. So remove the parameter action and click on change set values. So as we have applied it on cross table, so I'll just check on cross table, and target set is product name top 10 set. Assign values to set, add values to set. Say okay. Okay. Okay, so now we have this top 5 thing which is selected. Let's remove this thing. Okay, now it is showing you top 5 products. Because so these are top 5 products. Let's say you have clicked on I want to see only product name. So that set got removed. So it is showing you only one value. So this way you can modify the set as well. So whatever values that you see here, so we can assign values, remove values from set. Say okay. Okay, so that got removed. Okay, let's say, so I want to remove this fellow is, and still I want to see the top 5. So if I remove this, the first, I mean, in the top 5 list, if I remove the first top one, so other top 6th one will get added into the list. So we have the last one as GBC. Okay, to see clearly, I'll just remove all these columns. Okay, now that we have top 5 products. If I remove this, so removing means you just double click on that. Okay, so you have removed the first one, and you got the next list. So this way you can change the top, you can interact with the sets as well. So if I click on here, you can see there it is changing. So every time that is getting removed. So the option that we select will get removed. Yeah. So now let's see. As we have selected remove values from set. So it will remove the value, but the condition will be as it is. So that is about set values. Let's try with the assign values to set. Say okay. So assigning values in a sense, when you select, only that will be shown, like the new value. So that's the process. Only for class table only. So I mean, to show an example, I have done it for only for class table. So if needed, we can keep for all the worksheets as well. So I have just removed it over there. See, I have unselected other sheets. So if needed, we can apply to those sheets also. Is it clear? Oh. Okay, so that's about action filters. So we have discussed about filter action, and okay, we have also discussed about how to select and these things, how to run those actions and all. So now let's see few more examples of that. So to show you one example clearly, let's say I'll take a category, let's say subcategory, and here I will take customer name, and I'll take the customer name count distinct and show the numbers. Okay, so the customers who have purchased in the subcategory accessories, so there are 474 customers, and for appliances there are 356 customers. So this is the subcategory wise number of customers based on subcategory. Now, mhm. Yeah, ఇక్కడ కూడా అట్లనే చేస్తా. Yeah, I have taken same way. See, this is a dimension. Product name is a dimension. So as I have explained you top five and everything, so I just went very speed. So it's the same thing that I have done. So I just right clicked on product. I went to create set, went to top, just selected top five. So it's a combination, right? Product I have taken, sales also I have taken. Yeah. Mm, Set win, no. In dashboard, if you want to keep set also, it's fine. See, set we don't use as a filter or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't use set over, like we don't use this filter. So we will not allow users to see the sets and all. We just give them like let's say now I have applied this top 10 set, right? Like top five. So every time this will automatically show you the top five. So next month there might the product names might change. So still they can see the top five values. If we can give that. Mhm. Hmm. Yeah, correct. Mm. See, these are all the topics, parameters, sets, all topics we can use in the dashboard. We can use all the options. We can use action filters. We can use context filters. All the topics that we can inculcate in this dashboard. So this is a set thing we are using in dashboard. Parameter also we are using, and set for set we can use in set also we have applied a parameter, right? So that parameter we can show it here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we can apply. Yes, that option is available. If needed, we can apply to those worksheets. So now it's applied to this. So you can change, you can see the values got changed. So, but we don't use it in the other sheets. Why? Because, see, when I say top five products, you can see what are those top five products. But in this case, it is showing you top five products sum of sales. So what is the, so in this each and every region, how are these top five products are performing? So that information it is showing. Any other questions? Yes, yeah. So that's why we call it as an interactive dashboard. So if you want to apply whatever you select here, that let's say Indiana. So Indiana filter will be selected in this sheet, in this sheet. And if you select West here, West filter will be selected in this sheet and this sheet. So not only on in these two sheets, let's say you have like multiple worksheets. Let's say you have 10 worksheets in your dashboard. So in all those 10 worksheets also, that filter will be interlinked with, like, each and every sheet is connected with other sheets. Yes. Yeah. In the same way. So let's say if I take a filter here, filter of region. Okay. So this filter is currently applied to this one. If you want to apply to all worksheets, so you can select spatial and cross table as well. Okay. When you select central, you can see central data here, here. Okay. Instead of selecting in the filter like this, you just click on this and that information you can see in the other worksheets also. It's like other way of doing things. So I will show you how exactly it is important. So here you can see the number of customers in each and every subcategory. So with this example, you will know why we are making use of action filters. So with this, we can drill down to, like, we can deep digger and we can identify any issues. So let's see. I will take an example of do not chat as well. I'll take, I'll remove these filters. Okay. Now I have subcategory and the number of customers in each and every subcategory. So you see there are in copiers there are less number of customers. So I want to see who are all those customers. So list of customers. So list of customers. Okay, so I'll just create a action filter. So let's remove this. Add action. Click on filter. So I want to. So my source sheet would be. So I'll just select only one sheet. Let me remove all this. Or you can directly select number of customers based on subcategory. And target sheet would be list of customers. Okay. And show all values. Say okay. 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 So let's say you have published this dashboard to the server and user is seeing these are the customers who are having the number of customers for each and every subcategory. So now let's say I want to see who are these customers. So click on this 64. See, there are 64 rows here. So that means it has filtered on that particular subcategory, copiers, and you can see there are 64 customers. So you are like drilling down. So let's say if I put the same information here, it's very difficult and tedious to understand. So copiers, how many copiers are there and how many, say, I mean, what is the count for accessories? What is the count for subcategory? So to get this information, it's very difficult to read. So if you have this number of customers information and later you want to know who are those customers, let's say 99. So now you have those 99 customers. So now you can read. So these are your 99 customers. Later point of time. So if you want to drill down to next level, so you will go there. So now let's see a different example. I have a region, and I have state. Okay, so for each and every state, I have different sales amount and I have these many states are there. So let's say I will see for the count and I'll make it, yeah. So these are the number of regions that are there. So if I want to see what are the different states, so create a worksheet action, remove this, action filters, and select sheet 8. So sheet 8 is my source and sheet 9 is my target sheet. Say okay. So I want to see this 11 states in South region. So click on this. So these are your 11. So 11 rows are there. Not only like that. So if you go to do not chat, okay, and let's put sales. Okay, sorted. And now let's go here. So we'll go from do not chart to sheet 9. Detailed sheet, you could say. Okay. In do not chart, I'm here I have profit. So let's replace this with so let's create a pie chart with sales. Let's create a pie chart. Okay. Okay. Ravi, can you tell me which is the lowest value which is there here? So by seeing, or let's create a bubble chart. Okay, so by seeing this bubble chart, which is the region that is having lesser value? Yeah. So, so these are having more values, but I want to see why this south is having lesser value. So I will click on this. Oh, sorry, I need to apply a action filter. Click on action. Click on action and select donut and select. And this is my source sheet. So wherever I'm clicking, that will become my source sheet. And my target would be detail sheet. And say okay. Say okay. So I want to see why South is having less number of sales. So I want to dig deeper. I want to see what are the states that are in this sales. So I'll click on this. I will go here and see these are the states which are having this many values in the sales. So each and every state I can see the sales amount. And in this, you can see 89,000, all these are fine. And there is a less value which has South Carolina. That means you can focus on why the sales is less. And South Carolina, you can go more deeper. So I'll keep one more drill down option where you can drill down to one more level, which is city. City level, you can drill down, sorted. So in this, South Carolina has lesser value. So I want to dig more deep. I want to see which city is causing this. So I came from here. So because of South, I have South has lesser value. I want to see why it is less. So because of some South Carolina and Louisiana, because of some few of the states, I have lesser value. So I'll just focus on the least one. I mean the last one. So I'll just go here, click on actions. I'll just edit this. Click. I want to click on detail, and my target would be more deeper. Say okay, okay. So I'll come from here. Okay. I should have created one more one. Okay, anyways. So South. Okay, so now I will click on South Carolina. So it went to more deeper worksheet and it has filtered on South Carolina. And now I can see these many cities have lesser value. If you see Rock Hill, Rock Hill has very less value. So we need to focus on this city. So in this city, we should focus more to get more sales. So, so this way we can give insights to the data. So we can come from like, this is a higher level where CEOs and CFOs will look at the data. And if you want to dig deeper, you click on South, where you can see detailed information of each and every state. And if you want to see what is the values for South Carolina cities, you click on this, you go to more deeper. And because of some cities like Rock Hill, North Charleston, so if you need to improve on these cities, then only your state value will get improved. Based on that, based on the state value, your South value will get improved, and in an overall, your sales value will improve. So that's the importance of action filters. And yeah, so this is order of operations. So this is important for interviews. So this is the backend operation that happens in the Tableau. Like extract filter will get applied first. So as we have discussed in our previous session, so extract filter will be first, data source will be the next. So these two will be the topmost level filters. And later context filter, which we have discussed. So those will be the next one. So you just need to remember these filters. I mean, order of operation of these filters. It's similar as Like in mathematical calculation, we have this board mass, right? So while doing calculation, you do bracket first, then off, then divide, then multiplication, then addition, subtraction. In the same way, Tableau also does like this. First extract filter will get applied, then data source filter, after that the context filters. And we will talk about set filters, LOD expressions, all this in the next coming sessions. So dimension filters we have discussed, and data blending will come in the next sessions. So for LOD calculations also, we have separate sessions and all. So this is the order of operations. So remember this order of operations. I'll just take a pause here if you have any questions. Mhm. Cleaning the selection. Yeah, exclude all values. You see. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, I'll show you that. So dashboard actions. So I'll just take all. Also, I'll take interactive dashboard. Okay, so I'll just show keep filter values first. Say okay, say okay. So if I select any circle, let's say Indiana. Okay, so the Indiana is getting selected in this sheet and this sheet. You go here, you can see also a filter will get added in this filter shell. So in there, you can see Indiana is getting filtered. Okay, so what happens when you unselect? Okay, so this is the option. So, okay, so clearing the selection. So when you unselect, what happens? So when I clear the selection, so we have checked it as keep filtered values. Keep filter values means now I have filtered on Indiana. So if I unselect also, it will still show you Indiana values only. So you see there is no change in the selection. Until unless you make some other selection, it will be as it is. So now I have selected New York. It is filtered for New York. So if I unselect this, it won't change anything. So that is the option that I have selected here. So keep filtered values. Keep it. That's why it is keeping you filter values. But mostly we'll use show all values. Now we'll see what is show all values. Now I'll select New York. So it is showing you New York data. When I unselect, it will go back to its previous position, which is all. So there will be no filter applied, or it will be all. It is using use all. And now let's see exclude all values. When you unselect, there will be no data in the sheets. Say okay. So if I want to see Indiana, I can see Indiana. And when I unselect, everything will get removed. So depending on the requirement, we can choose that. Yeah, okay. So that's about today's session. So we'll continue in the tomorrow's session. Thank you all for joining.